So today I almost died. So basically, what happened was that on the freeway, I was going 70 miles per hour. I was coming back from hot pot that I had with one of my friends. And out of nowhere, I just see a couch in the middle of the highway just sitting there. And mind you, it's dark all around, so I don't really see it until it's like pretty close to my car. It just comes out of nowhere. And I'm heading 70 miles per hour with this fucking thing, and I swerve out of the way right, like just at the right second, and it manages to only clip the side of my car, and so the side of my car gets severely damaged. Um, in fact, the side mirror on my car gets completely obliterated. So the mirror is gone. There's no more mirror on that thing. Um, my friend's like traumatized at this point. I pull over the side, and other people behind me also got their cars damaged because of this stupid couch. What basically happened was that this woman was transporting her sister's couch on her truck, and she didn't even anchor the thing down on the truck. It was just like on there. Not only that, but it was so big that it was kind of like poking out of the truck. So like that thing was super wobbly and unstable. So on the highway, of course, of course, me, it had to be me, where the couch just kind of flew off the truck and just landed on the middle of the highway. And that thing was massive, man. Like when I first saw it heading towards it, it looked like a damn iceberg, bro. I thought I was gonna like recreate the Titanic. Like, um, so that was super traumatic for my friend actually, because for me, I mean, honestly, that type of stuff is just so goofy. Like I don't even really care. Like it's like, yeah, I've been in like four accidents at this point, and like all of the accidents have not been my fault. Like legitimately, I've not been at fault. All the damages done to my car have been paid by the other person because it's never been my fault. Now I'm like not a perfect driver, but again, I'm pretty safe and safe enough to where the accidents that happened were uh, I wasn't liable for causing them. Um, but it kind of just makes you wonder, like, you know, first of all, if I, left the hot pot place a minute earlier or a minute later, this probably never would have happened, right? If I had left a minute earlier, I'd be in front of that truck that dropped the couch. If I was there a minute later, the couch would probably have been moved by someone else at that point who ran into it, right? So it would be out of the way and I wouldn't have to run into it anyways. But not only that, it's kind of like if I didn't swerve out of the way last second, I would have ran head on into that thing, and it could have like broken through the window and like completely just compressed me. I could have died. Like I don't know what could have happened, but all I know is that couch was big and it was like quite heavy too. It did a significant amount of damage to my car, given the fact that I managed to swerve out of the way a good amount. It only clipped the side, but it really does make you wonder, like, like you could die at any moment. Like humans are so vulnerable, right? Like, not only could that event killed me, there's been other events in the past I'm sure that could have killed me if I did, something different. Um, Even like a couple weeks ago, I was climbing the roofs of some buildings at my school with my friends, and one of those buildings was we climbed up the side of it, and it was like 30 feet in the 30 feet up high. Like if I jumped off, I probably would have broken all the bones in my bodies or even died or something like that, right? And sure, maybe doing that's like not very smart. It's there's my life at risk, right? Um, and justifiably in those circumstances, I'd say I know I can approach it safely enough to where it's not really a hazard to me. But stuff like this, right? Like car accidents that especially aren't your fault. Those things are like not in your control, right? And stuff that's not in your control, that's the stuff that is sometimes scary because that type of stuff can, end your life at a moment's notice. Climbing a building and having that hazard or putting your life in jeopardy that way, that's, you know, something you have control over. You're choosing to do it. So that's something like I willingly was able to um, kind of talk myself into, I guess, because I knew, you know, the dangers of doing it didn't outweigh like the experience I had, and it was a good experience, right? Again, worst case, like I probably wouldn't have died. I probably would have broken, you know, a ton of bones in my body if I jumped from the top of the building, but I climbed down slowly, and even if I climbed down halfway and fell, I probably wouldn't have broken anything. So, you know, that type of stuff's not that risky, right? Um, but yeah, I was driving back with my friend, and I felt pretty bad for my friend because I didn't want this to happen. And after like the accident, I pulled up on the side, and another guy also ran into the couch, and then we contacted the police. Me, him, and the lady in front of us that the couch fell out of her car. She was also there with her sister. It was kind of complicated because the sister was the one that was driving, but it was her couch. So she was like, she wanted to take responsibility because her sister like wasn't old enough to like deal with the situation probably. But again, the one who's liable is still the driver. It doesn't really matter. Um, and the police came and he was chill about it. You could tell that guy's seen a lot of things, so he didn't really think much of this accident, especially because no one's injured. Like he didn't arrive and someone has lost their fucking arm, right? So he was just like, yeah, I just trade contact information, right? But anyways, I got, you know, the driver's license, the registration, and the license plate, and her phone number. You know, that's all stuff you need to get. Again, I've been in an accident before, so I knew how to handle the situation more or less. And then after that, I drove back to my place without a fucking mirror on the left side. So, but it was okay because, you know, I know how to check my shoulder and I'm pretty good about that stuff. So it wasn't that big of a deal. But my friend was like pretty traumatized, so I felt bad for him. Um, but yeah, again, it's something like not in your control, and um, it really makes you, you know, appreciate life more. You know, I could have died due to a fucking couch, and that would be the end of me. You know, like leaving the earth due to a couch. That's pretty fucking depressing, to be honest. And I'm still young. You know, I'm 21, so that would be pretty sad. I didn't even get to live my life out, right? So, um, I guess I can, you know, just enjoy the present, knowing that I made it out alive, that situation. But yeah, that's all I really have to say.